And welcome back to the show. Yes, Andre Bustamante Real Estate Show, brought to you by GuaranteedSale.com. Free home estimates in under 30 seconds. And here's one for you, BestOrlandoSearch.com. Andre Bustamante is with us. We have a text coming up right now at 21232. And you could call us at 855-297-9696. Andre, this is our listener. Get this. Our listeners out there can relate with this. My curfew was lightning bugs. My parents didn't call my cell. They yelled my name. I played outside, not online. If I didn't eat what Mom cooked, I didn't eat. That's our generation, and that's the way it should be today. Okay, Andre has gotten a text from 8540. The house that I rent from is under foreclosure. The property management company doesn't know anything about it and tells me not to worry. The homeowner is in New England, or is in England, and I'm unable to contact them. Any advice? Wow.
Unless you're getting a very, very, very significant rent reduction, you better find yourself another property to live. I know if it was myself and my family living there, I wouldn't want to come home one night to realize that, you know, we have a 3-day notice or 30-day notice telling us that we have to leave. I know my wife wouldn't be okay with living in a property that any day we're gonna get someone knocking on the front door.
Would they be? I mean, with all the great programs out there right now, and with all the values, Mr. 8540, why not take that rent money that you're spending
and go buy
get with Andre tomorrow and let him contact, like the folks we had on in the first segment, the home inspectors, everybody else. One is have Andre contact the bank on this one, because you can find that at Public Records and make an offer on this one. Andre can help you do that, or Andre can find you a likable home in the same school district, and you're on your way.
Yeah, the most feasible thing to do there is just to find another property, because either way, the bank and the courts have to do their due diligence. So even if you did want to buy this, it'll be probably a year to a year and a half before you could move on it. So the best thing to do, I mean, as we advise most renters, if you can, and even if you think you can, think again, because chances are, you know, if you try hard enough, you should be able to buy something. If your credit is not so sharp, you know, there's things that you could do to improve it. So maybe give us a call during the week and let's take a look at some alternatives. We have a company belief that everyone can buy and everyone is qualified. I'm extremely positive, and my belief system here is, You'll be able to qualify, maybe not 30 days from now. Maybe you're qualified to buy a house 6 months from now or a year from now. But why not start getting ready now and not getting to that 2-year lease or that 3-year lease like I see people getting into sometimes? Just begin the process and get on your way to home ownership.
All right, and if you want to call Andre, it's 888-785-0440, andrebustamante.com. That's 888-785-0440. Tell me about bestorlandosearch.com. We've not talked about that site that you have.
Sure. It's actually Best Orlando MLS, just like the MLS, MLSsearch.com.
Okay.
So Best Orlando MLSsearch.com. So if anybody's driving down, and clients love this, because say you're driving down the street and you pull up to a property. My wife and I do this all the time, just for fun. So we'll drive down Windermere and Dr. Phillips and Lake Mary, and you know, when we're out and about having dinner, and we'll pull up to a property and we're like, man, that's a really nice house. I wonder how much it is. So we simply pull up Best Orlando MLS Search. So it's like a nice little app right on your phone, and you can see everything on the property. So there's no need to call the listing agent that's probably not even going to answer you on a Sunday afternoon or even Saturday. Just pull it up on Best Orlando MLS Search. You could pull up the price. You could pull up the tax record. You could pull up all the pictures to the home. You could pull up the bedroom count, the square footage, absolutely everything. It's an awesome feature. And again, that's bestorlandomlssearch.com. It's free.
Wow.
So there's no reason people don't use it. I use it all the time. When I'm at home, it's like I work all day, and then I get home, and I'm like, honey, let's take a look at this home. Because my wife hates that about me. She's like, but we're always moving. I'm like, no, I'm always open for opportunities.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's the way it is. All right, you can call our show right now at 855-297-9696. We are live, of course, as we're also watching the news. We're seeing what's going on with that earthquake aftermath in California, a 6+ point magnitude earthquake, and we now have a tropical storm to talk about. Tropical Storm Cristobal's out there. I say that just in a way to let you know, yes, we are covering those stories, and yes, we are live with Andre Bustamante in studio, taking your calls at 855-297-9696, 855-297-9696. Text us at 21232. We'll be back. I always feel like saying, in this corner, here he is, Andre Bustamante. In the other corner, all the obstacles to you owning a home, he'll knock it out in the first 10 seconds. Hey, this is the Andre Bustamante Real Estate Show, brought to you by GuaranteedSale.com. Free home evaluations in under 30 seconds. Also, don't ever forget BestOrlandoMLSSearch.com. And Andre Bustamante right now taking your calls at 855-297-9696. That's 855-297-9696. Andre is live in studio. We got Tim in here. We got the photographer in here. We are set to go. Dave Walls in the newsroom. And I've got questions for Andre. All right, Andre, got a lot of people out there. The heat of summer's built up, you know, the back-to-school things happening. Election day's coming this week, and then the fall elections. Should we sell now, or should we sell later?
That's a question I get asked all the time. And usually it's by people that have been on the market before and probably haven't had success. So my answer to that is there's always a good time to sell. It's always a good time as long as your property is being marketed to the right people, as long as it's being positioned the right way on the market. You know, yeah, we have seen a slowdown. And you know, according to the Orlando Regional Realtor Association, we did see a drop in sales. Overall sales are down 18% from this time last year. But that's normal. When kids go back to school, sales soften up a little bit. But the reality is good homes are always going to sell. In my mind, I always think of December as a slow month. Just to confuse myself mentally and to work hard all the way throughout the year. But the reality is December is always our strongest month.
Really?
Always our strongest month. And most realtors take off, beginning Thanksgiving, they're off. It's just like, oh, there's no sales, November and no sales in December. For us, we've had 3 or 4 record years where those are actually our best months because we run through the finish line. So it depends who you're working with. If you're working with someone that's aggressive, that's going to work through and that's going to run through the finish line, it's always a good time.
Well, and there's so many, you talk about closing for the end of the year. There's a lot of tax implications that help people if they want to get closed. And like you say, a lot of people can't get closed because they're out of town.
Exactly.
They got this going on. They're taking their trips. They're out. But I've always thought in any business, you can create business. Don't just go. Remember the old story about the guy that had the hot dog stand on the highway, and he says everything's fine. His son gets out of college and comes down and says to him, well, Dad, the economy's kind of pressing. Let's not put so much ketchup on the hot dogs, and let's cut down on the signage on the highway, and let's not put as many French fries in the basket as you have been because times are tough. Yeah, sure enough, times got tough. People stop stopping there.
Well, the market's tough.
It's
you market more.
Self-fulfilling prophecy. Yeah, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Okay, my second question on today's agenda. Okay, my agent listed my house, and he came and he took some pictures himself with his telephone, with his cell phone. So I ended up trying to give a better look to my home by taking my own pictures. What's your opinion on that?
If your agent is taking pictures, reconsider that agent again, because pictures, everything nowadays, folks, comes in through our eyes. More than 90% of buyers are beginning their search online. So if your pictures are not amazing, they're not going to capture that buyer's attention on the internet, and therefore your property may never have a showing. So if your agent is taking pictures themselves, especially with a phone, I would have a conversation and just Just tell them, listen, this is not the type of marketing I want. I want professional photography. I encourage you, any agent you work with, encourage and demand that you get professional photography. That's one of the things that we do 100% across the board with all of our traditional sales at our company. There's no reason to. They sell so much quicker for so much more money. It's part of our tricks.
Mm-hmm.
It's what we do.
Well, and let's take off on that for another minute or two and talk about, for those unfamiliar with Andre Bustamante Real Estate, these guys help pioneer the use of a new technology to show off your home, not just professional staging, not just professional, decorating, looking at your home, not only looking at the curb appeal, but now carrying it to another extreme in photography. We have a professional photographer in studio with us here. He often visits the properties, but let's talk about that aerial photography thing you guys are doing. This is major. This is big time. You've gotten news coverage on this.
Oh yeah, we've been covered by Fox News about this. There's some other news stations in the works. But it's the biggest thing it's the biggest trend in the real estate market. A matter of fact, I was talking to a $1.5 million seller this week, and one of the things that I told her, I said, listen, you're selling 5 acres on a Claremont. You got a beautiful $1.5 million home. You got to show the lifestyle, and you have to also sell the land, because by selling the land, you're actually selling the privacy of that home, which is part of the lifestyle. And she's had the home listed, for multiple years with no success. So I looked at it and I said, and I explained to her that it's all based on location, condition, marketing, and price. And from a marketing perspective, they have not done their job. And one of the things that we would do if we took on that property is bring out our drone, our helicopter, and shoot some really, really cool and exciting pictures of that home.
Very, very cool. Now, we had on our inspectors at the beginning of the program, and guys that can help with your house problems. And John is calling on line 1. And John, they have left the building, but maybe Andre can give you their contact information again. So what seems to be the problem with the house you bought?
Yeah, hi. The problem that I have is my air conditioner. The house I bought is 2 years old, brand new. My air conditioner is working fine, but the temperature in the house is 85. My wife keeps the thermometer at 75. But the temperature inside the house is like super hot, 85 degrees. I don't know why it doesn't cool down.
Maybe one of the guys that Andre has on his circle of advisors, you could get a hold of him this week, and they could help you out. You can
get a hold of them today.
Oh, okay.
Matter of fact, I've had the same issue the past couple of months, and you're going to see this happen. And this goes out to everyone that's listening. In the summer months, a lot of air conditioning systems are going to go down. They're going to give you problems. My AC has been giving me issues. Luckily, I've had the guys at ProTech. I don't get paid to say this, but it's my personal experience with these guys. I've had 2 times. One during my during a party, I had about 80 people at my house. My AC went out. That was partially my fault.
God.
I was installing the new Nest, and I blew out a fuse in the air handler. Long story. These guys got out there. These guys got out there in about an hour, and they fixed the whole thing, and party was able to continue. Last week, I had the same issue, and it was not 85 degrees. It was 90-something degrees in my house, and I have 3 kids there.
That's hotel time.
Not good. So I would recommend, John, go ahead and give the guys at ProTech a call, 407-291-1644. They're awesome when it comes to their pricing. They're extremely fair.
And they're always open.
They're always open 24
7
hours
days
a day.
week.
So they'll get your AC up and running today. It's probably something minor, and they'll be able to figure it out. I've tried to troubleshoot my own ACs, and after 3 hours, I give up.
These guys are amazing. They do a 2-hour show here every Saturday morning, 7 till 9, and you're going to find they're just impeccable guys, very clean cut, everything in the company. These guys have been vetted, all their servicemen, and you're going to love them. And they'll probably find an airflow problem or a challenge in this house.
There's probably a clog somewhere. Something is happening probably up in your air handler. I've talked to them, and usually that's the first place they're going to go to. They're going to check your air handler, make sure there's no clogs in the lines. So if I were you, I'd give them a call. But just if you can, go to your air handler and make sure that there's nothing clogging up the system, because that's what they're going to do first.
You may also have a ductwork that's leaking somewhere in the house, and they'll find that in a heartbeat. All right, very good. And that's the guys at ProTech, and they can help you out with plumbing, air conditioning, or anything. That again comes with the Andre Bustamante Real Estate Company. If you have a problem at your home, they can not only help you buy it, sell it, market it, show you the way to get the most for your dollar, but also help you with the buying process on your buying and get everything done on time. But also when you need experts, when you need, whether it's a photographer, whether it's a plumber, a home inspector, whether it's somebody to check your pool, these guys all work together. So that's Andre Bustamante. Hey, when we come back, I'm going to ask Andre a question about, how about if you've had your house on the market for 2 years and all the advice you're getting is, well, let's cut the price again. Let's cut the price again. What is Andre's opinion of that kind of advice? That and your calls at 855-297-9696, 855-297-9696, 21232 on the text line, 21232 on the texters. We'll be back with more of the Andre Bustamante Real Estate Show coming up. All right, welcome back. This is the Andre Bustamante Real Estate Show. You hear Sean Hannity talk about this guy, and I'm actually sitting next to this guy. Talk about a celebrity agent. He is here. Free home evaluations in under 30 seconds on GuaranteedSale.com. Don't forget, we always want to turn you on to a great website, and that is BestOrlandoMLSSearch.com. And Tim, was that person still on the line, or was they hang up? So here's the scenario. A lady calls in, and Tim took her call. It's very complicated, but she didn't want to go on the air. Grandma left her a home, 30-year-old home in Palm Bay, and the home has been smoked in for that 30 years. It's been smoked in, and we all kind of know what residual that leaves behind. You know, the nicotine on the walls, the nicotine on the curtains, the nicotine on the carpet, and in the bedding and in everything. Is just, for those who are non-smokers, it reeks of smoke. And she says that she cannot get that smell out of that house. What's she going to do? So Andre Bustamante says, I got a solution.
We actually dealt with this probably about 2 years ago with an older lady, sweetheart. She's probably 85, 90 years old. Just very, very nice lady. Her son came back from Austin to help her with the sales process and getting the home ready, because she smoked in it for about 25 years. So we took our inspectors out there. I took Janine Edwards, my stager, and they more or less were the hands-on team to help her get rid of the odor. But if you do a quick search online, I mean, there's simple things that you can do, like remove your cloth and linens. Go ahead and let me see. Remove the carpet. A lot of time, what we did with this particular house, because the smoke gets penetrated in the walls and the carpet, we actually went ahead and removed the carpet, installed new carpet. We repainted the walls. We purified the air. We cleaned the ducts. Change the air filters. It's a process. It's not just like go ahead and put the little odors on the wall and it's going to get rid of it. It's a whole process. You want to clean down all the surfaces, the counters, the cabinets, air the place out. It's going to take a couple of days, but we've done it. And this lady smoked there for 25 years.
I've heard of companies that come in and do exactly what Andre's saying. Sometimes you have to actually paint the walls with something called Kilz, Kilz, which would seal the wall and then paint over that. But the other thing that some of these companies recommend, and I think you've had it done before, is ionize a house. I mean, they bring in, they seal the house, not like a termite tent, but they seal it up, close all the doors and windows. It takes 2 to 3 days, and they put in some kind of an ionizer machine.
We did that at my house.
Just cleanse everything. I mean, that thing just, totally like halons the whole house.
And they clean your air ducts, because normally all that stuff, all that odor and dust and particles get stuck in your ducts.
Jesus.
So they clean that, and they clean all the air of your home. We did that because we bought a foreclosure, and it had a little bit of a mold smell, and I wasn't about to move my 3 kids into a property with a little bit of mold.
No way.
So we did that exact process, and I'm sure that could work in your case. So what I would recommend, feel free to give us a call, 888-785-0440. We can help you. And her property that she was looking to sell, that she inherited, from her grandma is in Palm Bay. So we do have team members that can help you out there. We pretty much cover the entire state of Florida, and we can help anyone out.
I love that. Okay, somebody's been trying to sell their house for 2 years, Andre. 2 full years. Well, let's take this text first. Do you work in Daytona Beach, Volusia County area? If not, do you recommend anybody? I have a large older home I need to sell.
Yep, we do. We do a lot of business up in Daytona, Deltona, and all of Volusia County. About 2 or 3 years ago, I used to turn away all that business and refer it out, only to find out that who we were referring it out to, they weren't really doing anything with it.
Not good.
So we started taking it on board, and we've been very, very successful.
And on that same vein, if there's an agent out there, haven't you been saying in recent weeks that can't get a house sold, but he wants to retain the listing? You'll actually come in and help.
Yeah, we have a program called We Love Realtors. So we'll actually partner with realtors, basically as a co-listing agent, and help you move your listings. Just basically, it's like having another set of eyes, another set of hands, and our marketing presence and our campaign strategy working together.
I love that. Okay, we're down to a couple of minutes. Okay, let's go back to that scenario. Somebody's had their house on the market for 2 full years. Yep. You never stand for that. 2 full years, but all the advice they're getting is, well, let's reduce the price again.
It's going to boil down to, and what I always tell clients is, do you want to sell at the top of the market, middle of the market, or the bottom of the market? So if you're trying to sell at the top of the market, one of the things I'm going to analyze with this type of scenario, a property being on there for 2 years or more, is what type of condition and what type of marketing has been done in the home, as well as has the price that's been selected to go as the marketing price, is that accurate? Because normally the main reason why properties don't sell is because the home was overpriced. So we'll look at that. But one of the things I'm going to also take into consideration is if you've had showings, and listen up, this is really, really good. If you've had showings on your home but no offers, chances are it's a condition problem. So for everybody out there, if this resonates with you and your home has been on the market but it's not moving and you've probably switched 2 or 3 agents, are you in a position that to go ahead and invest a little bit into the condition of the home? Perhaps take out that smoke odor, change the carpets, change the countertops in the kitchen, change the countertops in the bathrooms, repaint the home, because condition is extremely important. So if insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different outcome.
Right.
So if we take on this type of property, we're going to go in and analyze those 4 factors and also see if the homeowner is willing to go ahead and improve the condition of the home. If not, we're just going to go ahead and lower our expectations. We're not going to try to get full market value on a property that condition is a 5 out of a 10. We're just going to lower those expectations a bit. All
right, very good. During the week, how about this phone number? Actually, anytime, 888-785-0440, 888-785-0440. Put the team on your side. They're going to get it done for you. Andre Bustamante Real Estate. And you can always tune in right here at 11 o'clock every Sunday for the Andre Bustamante Real Estate Show, brought to you by GuaranteedSale.com. A free home evaluation in under 30 seconds. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Tim, Luis. Appreciate everything you guys do, and I'll see you all next week.
All right, very good. Photography by Luis. You can catch it right there on YouTube. You don't see me, but you hear me. We'll see you next week.